Hi everybody, welcome to Carnation Crafts TV. I'm Laura, we have Bunny next door, and today is our last show of the day with our brand new launch, which is Spring Grandeur. This is such a beautiful collection. There's those spring colours in here. You've got your scene building elements in here. For me, you've got two card shapes in here because you've got that lovely basket, and then you've got the tree shape there that you can see. There's also a card shape on its own. You've got your florals in here, you've got your teddy bears, your teddy bears picnic, and then you've got your Easter walk, your Easter egg hunters that you can see there. So you've got your animals and you've got your eggs there to build into these scenes. Now we do have two extra dies on the show today, which are the rattan card shape collection. You get the two of these in for the $39.99, which is amazing. You've got those outside matten layers with the inner matten layers in these as well. I'm just going to flip one around so you can see how big these are, because these are your card bases on their own. But we'll go over to the board so we can show you exactly what it is that you're getting. So you can see we've got our teddy bears picnic. This is the most adorable set. These to me are like almost like those really vintage teddy bears that you've got in here, and you've got them in different positions. You can see he's lying down, he's stuffed all his cake, and you've got one you coming in with a sandwich, one sitting down, so you can really build the scene around that picnic. And you've also got this teepee, which I think is absolutely lovely, that you could bring into different collections as well, so like camping, children's tents, so you could bring that into different themes cards as well. Then you've got new blooms. So you've got your florals here, and you can see you've got decoupage elements to build on top of these too. So you're going to get a lot of depth and dimension in these. Really, really pretty, and you can see how lovely they look cut out from the vignettes. Then we've got the basket and bow card shape. So you've got that lovely basket. Oh, I was saying earlier, that could be like a baby's crib. It almost looks like the basket the baby sleep in, and Moses basket, that's it, that's the one I was thinking of. So you could use it like that too, but you've got that lovely handle with the bow that's going to go on, and then these parts just sit, where's the one I did earlier, they just sit onto that basket like you put the drape in the basket, and then you can see how that looks as if it's just folded over the basket then. So if you're wondering what those are, that's what they're going to do. They're just going to drape over that basket like that, which is amazing. You always get that small, those little touches with carnation. And then you've got those outside matten layers for your card bases, and then you've got the matten layer in the handle as well. So you could make this into an aperture to pop your elements in if you wanted to. And then we've got the Easter egg hunters. So you've got the little child there, could be a boy or a girl, going off for the walk in the woods with a little basket that you could be popping the eggs in, or you could pop florals in there, you could pop so many different things in there. Equally, you could cut that away and it's just a little boy or a little girl going for a walk, so you could use it in different ways too. And then you've got the squirrel, the rabbit and the hedgehog there to build into these scenes. Then we've got our forest floor. So you've got the same florals here, which I love because you can have the bigger ones at the front and then you can put those in the background. But what I like about these will tuck in between these trunks as well. So you've got, you can have them going through there. So you've got that blanket of florals in through the woods, but then you've also got the path, which is going to fit perfectly there and give you that illusion of depth straight away. Or you've got the like little river, the little stream that you can have there. You've got different rocks, you've got the stump, you've got grass, you've got the foliage there that you can pop up to build into the trees as well. And that, you could use that with so many carnation collections. Just that on its own is going to be so usable. And then we go on to the rattan card shape collection. So you've got the heart. Like I said, you've got those outside matten layers, then you've got that lovely heart with the matten layers on the centre, and that is what that looks like cut out in the vignette. And you can see how detailed that looks. You almost want to feel the texture when you look at them. And then you've got the label card shape. So exactly the same. You can see you've got the outside matting layers, and then you've got those inside matting layers tags, which I know you will use in so many other ways, but you can see that how detailed that is. So that's everything from the collection, and you can see there how pretty this collection is. Absolutely gorgeous. But we're going to show you, oh, should we do the paper papers? So we'll just show you the paper papers before we show you the samples. The paper papers obviously is a perfect add-on for the collection. You've got 48 A4 sheets in here. It is 300 GSM, and you have your 6 colorways in here. So you do get your solid, you've got your dots and your stripes in here, and you'll see the colorways. Like if I just grab this one, so you can see the flowers. You can pull out either one of those colors and it works perfectly, because the colors do get pulled out from the artwork, so you don't have any of that annoying, oh, I need to find a shade of this pink, or I need to find a shade of this blue. You can just have fun creating lovely cards like this. Who did this one? Oh, Kat did this one. So you've got one here, so you can see using that tag shape there. Do you want me to come? There you go. So you can see with the flowers in the center. Then Vera has done this one for us using that basket as the card base. How cute is that, with the little teddies in there? It looks absolutely adorable. And then we've got another one here from Kat. And then we've got one here from Pam. So cute. Look at him. Oh. Right, then I've got, oh, he's having a nap. He's having his I've just eaten all my food nap. Then we've got one here by Janine. So using the heart, you can see there, bringing in, and you can do this with the tag shape too, but think of other ways of using them. One of the things I was saying in the earlier show was these are lovely to go in and thread flowers in. So you could just pop your florals into these and you could build a wreath around. But I love that, just with a little rabbit and a couple of flowers there. And then we've got one here by Fiona. And I'm just going to turn that so you can see, look at the dimension. So pretty. I love that you can change these as well. So they could be like haunted woods. You could make them more Christmassy. You could put bits of white on them, and it could be like the snow was just fallen. I could use these in just so many different ways. And then we've got another one here by Fiona. Oh, look, he's in his tent. Then we've got one here by Janine. So you can see there. And then one more. So you can see, oh, I'll just do one more because this is a nice one showing the cards. Sarah's done this one, just using the basket. So you can see how lovely that is when you've used the mats on the inside to give you that almost like an aperture effect in the handle, and just bring in those flowers in. Looks so pretty. But all of those samples have been used, have used the Spring Grandeur collection, which has been so popular today. And I'm not surprised, but today is the launch day, so it only came out first thing today, was our first show. So we will be back with this tomorrow, but this is the last show for today. Right, we're going to do something a bit different for this. Now, I've told you before that we're going to use more acetate, and that's what we're going to use today. Magic acetate. It is like, man, I remember seeing acetate for the first time and I was like, ah, I need to try and use this. But it used to scare me using acetate. I don't even know why now, but it did. It used to scare me. And Bunny's just laughing at me. It did. It used to scare me. Yeah, I was like, but you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. Now, I've used the Carnation Crafts acetate, okay, because I didn't want this to be very heavyweight, because they're A4 sheets folded in half, so you've got that score line, and then I've popped the mat for the trees on there, and then I've just left the die overhang where that fold line is. So exactly as you would a sheet of cardstock to make your card base. So we've got our card essentially, okay? And then we are going to use so we're essentially making this our card. So this is going to sit on there like that. Okay, so we need some glue. I'm using, do you know what, I was going to be funny then and tell you the actual day and not the day glue I was using. I couldn't even think what day it was. It's Tuesday glue. It's Pancake Tuesday. Right, so I'm just going to pop glue all over this. Now, if I was doing this at home, I would use red liner tape along the thicker bits and then use glue, but I would leave it set a lot longer than what obviously I'm going to do, because obviously it is on acetate, it's that shiny surface, so it hasn't got as much to grip onto, so it's not going to just dry like it would if you were using it on paper. So we're going to pop that on there, and then I'm going to flip it round, and I'm going to do the exact same on the back. And the beauty of doing this, now you could do this in two different ways, because if you were making a card and you were printing out your vignettes with this type of card in mind, then what you could do is print out your mirrored vignettes, and instead of gluing them, do you know, like we say about you print it out and then you glue it, score it in half so they're stuck together like this, instead of doing that, you could leave them unglued and then pull them apart and then glue it either side, so you're not wasting any ink. So you've got different ways that you could do this. So that is going to sit on there, so I'm just making sure that lines up with the back. Oh, Bunny's just told me 50% of the Rattan collection and the Spring Grandeur collection has gone. I'm not surprised though, because I feel like if you're getting one, you need to get the other one, and the kit has been the collection's been so popular. It's just so pretty. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to add in some bits on the inside. So we've got the trees, and obviously we're going to decorate the front, but I want some things to pop behind the trees. So we're going to pop some glue. Actually, let me flip that, because what you can do is you can pop some glue on there, and then we can just place that there like that. And then the beauty of having these like this is obviously when you open it from the inside, it's still going to look really pretty because you've got the mirrored vignette. So it doesn't matter what angle that you look at these, they are just going to look really pretty. So you can see the flowers coming through there. And then we're going to do the same on this side. So let's just put some glue on there, and then we're going to pop that like that. So you can, there you can see it. It's so hard to show with the lights. Right, so that's going to go on there. And then what I'm going to do is, that's not going to stay down. I've got another one because I want to support, because I'm going to put layers on here. So that's going to help support it. But the back one, I'm going to pop another one on here just to sandwich in between there to help support that. Okay, so I'm going to cut where I've just folded. Let's check that's okay. Yes, so let's pop some glue on here. And then what this is also going to do is cover, so if you were using red liner tape, this is going to cover the red liner tape. So like I said, if you started printing off with this card in mind, you could cut out the mirrored vignettes without gluing them together, so then you wouldn't be using two, if that makes sense. So that is just going to sit on there like that. So now I've covered that glue. So it doesn't matter which way you look at that now, you're not going to see any of the glue. Alright, so I've just moved it. Right, so we've got that there. So let's decorate the front with that set in place. So you've got then all of these lovely scene building elements that you can bring in to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this one here like that, so you can see those white flowers. It's a bit hard to see, isn't it? You can see those white flowers there. So we're going to pop this one on this side. And then we've got that lovely path. So now when I pop that on there, it's calling you, isn't it, to just go down your little path, go for a walk in the woods. Right, let's put some foam on the back of there just to help with the dimension on this. So I'm just going to pull that off there, and then this is just going to sit there like that. Then this one is going to go here. Where's my rock? Right, we've got this there. So we've added the white flowers there, we've got the blue here. So we're going to go pink on this side, just to add in different colours. So we're going to go pink, and we're going to add our rock in. Now I've used the mirrored vignettes on this, and I've flipped it, so I've got the mirrored side there. So you can use it either side, or you could use them on both sides. You can really go to town with these. So that's going to go there. So I've still got the white coming up from the back, but you've got the blue there, and then the pink. And then this side, I'm going to put this here, and then I'm going to put those white flowers behind that. So that's just going to tuck in there, and then we're going to tuck this under there like that. So we've kind of built our scene up, and then we're going to come in with some of our animals. So let's go in with our squirrel. I feel like people have favourite animals as well, or animals that like they're more drawn to, if that makes sense. Bunnies and hares, yeah, I think bunnies and hares are, I think they're just so cute though, aren't they? It's like one of those animals that you just look at and you're instantly like, oh, or like you see videos and pictures of them and just, oh, cute. And I think because you see them as well, don't you? Like you see them around. It's not like an animal that you never see. Do you know, I couldn't tell you the last time I seen a hedgehog. Squirrels, I see squirrels a lot. Couldn't tell you the last time I seen a squirrel. A hedgehog. Oh, it's been one of those days today. Nearly there, guys, nearly there. I see deers quite a lot when I'm driving, especially if I'm early or if I'm quite late driving, then I tend to see a few deers and rabbits. Can't think of the last time I've seen a hedgehog. To be fair though, I can't even think of that many times I've seen a hedgehog. Maybe there's not that many. Are they don't they like hibernate? Do hedgehogs hibernate? But maybe they're kind of like badgers, aren't they? Because you don't see badgers that often, I don't feel. Oh, I think they're so cute. But apparently they can be quite mean. A badger. And they're like the size of a dog, yeah. And I can imagine they've got very sharp teeth too. Right, so we've got Made Just For You, which is going to go about here. So I'm going to pop these on with some glue. So I just want to glue the center of that because I'm going to cover where the glue is with the sentiment. And again, I'm flipping that to use the mirrored vignette so that they both arch in opposite ways. Pop that there. And then we can pop this on there. Now, like I said, if I was doing this at home, or maybe if you would rather use a wet glue, use a bit of red liner tape and a wet glue, because it'll give you that little bit more wiggle room, but leave it completely dry before you start moving it around, because obviously it doesn't have anything to kind of grab to. But you can see then that you've got that depth in the back, but then even when you open it, look, it's still going to look pretty from the outside too. So you can see there. So everything I've used there, apart from the sentiment, is from the Spring Grandeur collection, which is such a beautiful collection, and it is brand new today. It is launch day, but it has been super popular, and 40% of the stock has 50% of the stock has already gone. So it's been so popular, which I am not surprised at one bit. Let's look at some more of the design team samples, because they have done such an amazing job on these samples. So we can go through some more. Janine has done this one, and this is using the label card shape. And as soon as I seen this, I thought of one of those privacy screens. I can just imagine like a mannequin, yeah, like a mannequin there, or like one of those one of those post, like one of those yes, that's it, she's lounge for there with some clothes on it. I could just imagine something like that. See, she's on the same level now. She was laughing at me at first. I said the trees. Oh, you could use this to make like a Christmas hamper. There you go, you've set me off now. So we've got one here by Janine, using the flowers and actually using the basket as the card base. So you can see there, using that. So if you want to do something like this, then just use a couple of layers of cards to obviously give it the strength to stand like that. But it looks absolutely stunning. That would be a perfect like Mother's Day card, because the Mother's Day is around the corner. Or bringing in those trees again. Look at that, bringing in the flowers there. You can see how pretty it looks with the smaller flowers in there, and then bringing the larger ones at the front. So again, you've got that deception of space in there because you've got that depth in the trees, but then with those flowers, it just adds to it even more. And then this one is using the label shape, but just using the matte layers. So just the matte layers, so not even using the actual detail part. So not using that rattan part at all, just using those matte layers on the outside. And you can see there, which have also been, we still have 50% of those as well. 50% of them as well. I think everybody that's getting one is getting the other. They work perfectly together. So I think everybody's getting one of it. I think everybody is treat day today, and everybody's just having a little treat, which we all need, don't we? We've got another one here by Vera. So you can see that. Oh, popping that up. Look at that. Bringing in the heart. And then let's bring this one in. Pam's done this one, and I love how she's cut out the bow. So this bow is the bow from the basket. I'm just trying to, let me grab this one. So it is the bow that you can see there. This is cut out with the vignette, but Pam's cut it out in the perfect papers and then snipped away the tail of the bow. So instead of it being like this one with the bows on, Pam's just snipped those away just to have that bow there, which again, you know, a bow die is something you will use every single day with so many different collections. So you can have that going from there to this, which is just amazing. It just shows again how much versatility you are getting in this collection. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. But all of the design team samples, they have used that Spring Grandeur collection, which is 50% gone, and it did only launch today. It was launched today, so it's only been shown today, and yes, this is the third show that we've done, so you do have some time to grab it, but 50% of it has gone already. Right, bear with, guys. Okay, yay. Right, let's grab a demo and let's make another card. So this one we're going to use the label. Yes, we're using the label. I try and mix up the different bases so we can try and get through as many different ones as we can. So let's just move that over here. This one we've gone for more of a smaller shape card, I would say. So we're going to go in to start off with those perfect papers. So now you'll see me doing this so many times. I'm using the perfect papers for my card base, because I know we say perfect papers, but they are card stock. It's 300 GSM. So you've got that there. It's $14.99. If I was getting the collection and I could, I'd pop this in, because those colorways just work absolutely perfectly with that collection. So we're going in with the rattan label card shape to start off with. We are going in first of all with that outside mat. So this is that biggest mat on there. So you've got your two outside layering dies. That is going to sit there. So I've got my card base now. I've scored one side. So I've got my card straight away. And then we're going to go in with our next layer. So I've just got some white cardstock. I think this is our natural blush cardstock, I think, that I used, which would go perfect with this collection. So I'm just going to add some foam onto this. They are nice and I think it's because it's it's just natural. Yeah, it's really, really pretty. I love the idea of just popping loads of flowers in and just decorating the whole of it with flowers on there. So I've got my mat down. I've put that on there And then this one is going to sit on there like that. And then I've got my base and my matte and layers ready to go. So I'm just going to pop. Oh no, it's not. I thought I had a little bit left in it. Jacqueline Ward has messaged in saying good afternoon. Afternoon, Jacqueline. Linda. Oh, Linda's just messaging good afternoon. She missed the first two shows because she had no internet, but she's all caught up. I'm glad you caught up. Fiona has messaged in saying good afternoon. Afternoon, Fiona. Oh! Elizabeth has messaged in saying it's the first time message. Is that on Facebook? Facebook, saying the first time she's watching on there and she's loving the basket. Oh, I'm glad you found us. Right, so I've got some of the flowers. Now before we do that, I'm going to put some of the decoupage on these just so they pop that little bit more. Which sometimes, I love the Carnation give us the decoupage, but sometimes you don't even need it because they are so detailed. They, honestly, if you're getting the collection, I can guarantee that you're going to print out the artwork today. And when you print it out, you'll look at the artwork and you'll think they are so pretty. And then when you actually cut them out and you have all those cut lines and all those detailed lines in the cut, and then you look at them, you're like, how has that got even more detailed? They are just absolutely amazing. So I'm going to pop this one on there like that. And then we have our next layer, which is going to go on there. And the lovely thing with these as well is even if you are using the mirrored vignette, you can still do the decoupage because you still get the mirrored vignette of that. So you can see there the layers that you're going to get on there. And then this one, we'll stick a couple on here because these are a bit small and I don't want to spend ages just popping decoupage on because that's not very fun for you guys to watch. So we'll put that on there. What was that one called? I keep mentioning it and I can't think for the life of me. Floral Whispers, that was it. So the flowers that was in Floral Whispers I think would be perfect to go with these because they had really long stems, so you'll be able to just pop those into all of them holes, and then you could build up, like you could do it with a heart, so you could make a heart wreath, or you could do it with the label and just have that florals there. And then obviously you could add these in to them as well, which would still work and still look absolutely amazing. So I'll just pop another one on there. I like adding decoupage. This to me is therapeutic. Do you know when people say that they like poking the bits out of the dies? I see. So Bunny's just said in my ear that she loves doing that. I hate doing that, but I could sit here like this for ages putting decoupage bits on. I could just sit here like this now and just I could stay here for ages just adding decoupage bits on, and I find I find it really therapeutic. But the poking out of the pokey tool, no. Do you know what I think it is? Because every time I say that, people that don't craft will say that they like doing it, and I think it's because like us crafters just want to get the bits out and get on with the crafting bit. Yeah, like I probably did like doing it at first, and then you kind of get to a point where you're like, yeah, I'm just like, no, I just want to craft now. Right, so let's do this bit now. So we're going to add in our flowers, and I want these to be at different levels, and you can see how they're going in different directions as well, because we've got that mirrored vignette. And we are going to add in the smaller ones as well. So I'm bringing in some of those smaller florals too, which, like I said, work perfectly with these, because they obviously they are the same flowers, so they are going to work really well. Now this one, I think I want that about there, so I'm just going to cut that. Let's get some glue. So let's just give this a little bit of shape, and we can pop some pinflower on there like that. Where was that on? Yeah, so we'll leave that there, and then do the same with this one. Just give it a little shape, and then we'll pop this one on there. So using your pinflower is great when you've got florals, especially if you're going to shape them. So if you need any pinflower, is on the website. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Just give that a little bit of a dome. And then this is going to sit about there. So we'll pop this there. Yeah, you've got the log, you've got the grass, the rockery, you've even got the little bits of grass in there as well. So if you are somebody that struggles to just ground the image, or if you look at it and you think something doesn't look right, it's probably there's nothing there grounding it and it just looks like it's floating. It's like if I just pop that there now, it just brings everything down. So you can see I can add in other bits now and it just flows. Whereas if I took that away and just added that in, it's just, yeah, it just doesn't work. It just looks like it's just floating there. So if you are somebody that struggles with that, the forest floor, I would say, is like a must, because there's so many grounding elements in there, and it will really, if you do struggle with it, that dye on its own will really, really help you. Right, I'm going to add in some of that grass. So I'm going to just pop that behind there like that. And then we're going to add, actually I'm going to tuck this one behind here. And this is one of the lovely things of being able to do, because you have your pinflower. You can just pick things up, tuck them in, pull that grass back out. There, so we've got that there. Your grass, so you've got your bits of grass there, so that's hiding the bottom bit of them flowers. And then we're going to add this one kind of more at the front. So just add some glue on there. And then pop that one there like that. And then we're going to add in our little boy or little girl. I love that he's got that little daffodil in his hair, or she has. So cute. You could change the flower to different things. That'll be my little girl going to school tomorrow, because it was half term this week just gone, so they weren't in school when it was St. David's Day. So on St. David's Day they have to go to school dressed up in Welsh costumes. So, which I didn't realise, like, English people don't do that. I thought it was just a thing that everybody did, but yeah. So in Wales on St. David's Day, so the boys will wear, well, it depends on how old they are. Sometimes they will wear a proper Welsh costume, which is what my little girl will wear tomorrow. So it's like a pin of, oh, I'll have to show you a picture. It's so cute. So we're going to pop that on there. But yeah, so she'll have her little daffodil brooch on tomorrow to go to school. Right. Right, now I've got my sentiment. I've got just to say, and I've cut this out in the same green from the Perfect Papers. So just pop in some glue on there. I'm using my glue tool for this. And then we can pop that onto the mat to go with. So use the same green. Oh, Amelia has messaged in saying good afternoon. Afternoon, Amelia. And Audrey Brown has emailed in as well saying, it's a beautiful collection and so many things you can do with it. It really, really is. And she says baby cards too. Oh, it's not just us then. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe spring. Maybe it's called springs. Spring, new baby. New beginnings. New babies. Or just to say. So you could bring that in. And then we've got our card there. So they are just absolutely adorable. I love the colorways as well. Like we've been saying, you know, they are spring colors, but there's just something fresh and vibrant. And me and Dave were saying earlier, we both feel like different people when the sun's out. I just think they're just really cheerful to look at. Like the colorways, the artwork, there's just so much in there. But all of that is from the Spring Grandeur collection. So you can see this is our brand new collection which launched earlier today. And you can just see how stunning this collection is. It's been so popular, 50% has gone already, and this only launched today. This is the third show that we've done, so this is the first day of launch of this. You have got, to me, you have got 2 card shapes in here. So for me, you're kind of getting 2 card shapes for the price of 1 on here. And then the also thing you've got in here are the rattan card shapes, which are your heart and your label, which just work absolutely perfectly with this collection. But like I've been saying, think of other things you could use these for, because they are your essential dies. You could be using these, like I said, with the flowers and tuck in those flowers into these shapes too. But right, so we are going to try and do another demo before the last show finishes. Oh, have we? Oh, we'll be fine, we'll be fine. Right, so this one we're going to do, I guess, a normal card shape, because I've used the basket and the rattans, so I was like, I think we should just get a normal one in there somewhere. So we're going to go in. So I've got my 6x6 card, and then I've got a blue here, which is from the Perfect Papers from the Spring Grandeur collection. So you can see there, they are there for you. They're on that show price of $14.99 for you. Don't forget, if you do want to get those, if you're getting them with the collection, you will get free P&P with that, because obviously it'll go in with your collection. So definitely worth getting. So we're going to add that blue onto here, and then we're going to add in a layer of white on top of that. So I'm going to have that lovely blue frame on the outside of my card. Let's pop this down. So this is going to go on there. And then I've cut out the heart in that same blue. Now that makes me think of baby. And just the colorways, that makes me think of like a baby card. But I just thought they looked absolutely perfect together. So I'm going to add some foam tape on the back of here just to raise this up from that white layer on Oh, that's a good. Bunny's just said you can make it into a picture frame. That's a good idea. That's that's too lovey-dovey for me. Oh, for babies. Oh, okay, for babies, yeah. Oh, she was thinking. I thought you were going Valentine's. I mean, you could do it for Valentine's as well. Oh, you could do that though. Bunny's just said if it was her, she'd put a picture of her dog in it. Oh, that's cute. Right, we're gonna pop that up on there like that. And then we're gonna pop this on to here. So I'm just gonna use our everyday glue and pop this down. So I'm just gonna dab around because you've got those nice gaps in between in the design. But I think this would be perfect to go in and weave some florals in and make your own. You can make your own little heart wreath with these because they will fit. We've got one. That will just fit in there. So obviously cut that down, but that will fit in there as well. So you could really go in and do that, and the other ones do as well. So that's gonna go on there like that. Now that just makes me think baby card. So we're gonna go in with our teddy bear's picnic. So we've got our little teepee, which I think is absolutely adorable. It looks so cute. And we're gonna go in and we're just gonna build. So I'm gonna pop this here, and I'm just gonna build basically my scene back. So I'm kind of gonna go the same direction as the heart. So, but I know my teepee is gonna be at the front. So I'm gonna add in my rock. Now, if I was doing this at home, what I would do is I would just place everything where I think I want it to go. So like without gluing it, I would just place things and just, you know, have fun going in and playing around with the composition. And, you know, you might put things there. Just don't commit to it. Just place everything kind of where you want it and then go in and start gluing it. Obviously, you know, I'm doing it a bit different because I'm doing it on here. That if I was doing it at home, that's how I would do it. So I'm going to add in. But the lovely thing though, if you do think you want to just go in, you know, if you do use pin flow, like I said, you can pick things up and put things back down. So you never, even though you're committing to it because you're gluing it, it's not a full commitment. So you can still go in and wiggle things around. Right, so we've got that there. So we've got that like that. Then we're going to add in our tree trunk. So add that. Yes, we'll add that about there. And then we'll add in our pink flowers behind that. Which, do you know one of the things that I haven't even mentioned that I adore about this? If you asked me to make a card with pink and blue in it, I'd have told you no. But these work, but I wouldn't. I think that most pink and blue clashes. Like I wouldn't, if you just give me dies and cardstock and said, you know, make a card using pink and blue, it would be really hard to get the right shade of pink and the right shade of blue that actually work together. But these, like, you don't even have to think about it. They complement each other so well. And then we're going to pop that there, like that. And then I'm going to glue this down, and then we can look at where we're going to add in more bears. So we'll pop them in. Now I feel like he has to go in the center. So we're going to pop him right there, so like he's having his little nap in his teepee after eating all his cake and his sandwiches, which is just absolutely adorable. And then the other thing you can do with these is you can also tuck them in as well. So if you don't want them to be in the center, you know, you can really go in with these and just have a play around with where you want them, which is lovely. So put him in there, and then we're going to pop this one here like that. And then what I'm going to do is, because I don't like that this is coming off more than that one, so I'm going to pop my grass and I'm going to pop that there, and that's just going to even that out. So your grounding elements, they are so useful. So this is just going to go under there like that. So we've got that there, and it's just effortless. You do not have to think about it at all. They just come together so easy. And then we've got celebrate your day. So let's my tweezers right in front of my face. Get some glue. So I've cut this out in that white cardstock, and then I'm going to mat this onto the same blue. So that blue that we've used in the heart and the matte layer from the Perfect Papers, that's what I'm going to use for the mat for this. So I'm just going to pop some glue along here. And then that's just going to sit on there like that. So you've got celebrate your day. So think of all those sentiments that you could bring in that you've got at home already. And then we'll pop some glue on there. And then that is just going to tuck under there. Like that. I feel like you could get away with that being a baby card. If I change that sentiment to, you know, your baby, it looks absolutely lovely. So you can see there how easy they are to just bring in, and look at the dimension you get on them. And I haven't even gone in with like the woods or the basket, but they just all work so well. But I can't recommend, if you were going for the Spring Grandeur collection, which is absolutely beautiful, you can see everything that you get in here. You've got the woods, you've got the basket, you've got the teddy bear's picnic, you've got the Easter hunt elements there, plus those florals. So you have got so much in there. But if you can, I can't stress enough, get the rattan card shapes to go with it. That's the hat that I've just used. And we used the label shape earlier as well, which I think most of you are doing, because 50% of the collection and 50% of these have gone. So I think you're all adding this into your basket as well, which I cannot blame you at all. And that is it for us for today. We will be back at 10 AM tomorrow. So we'll be back 10, 12 and 2 tomorrow. So if you want to see some more from this collection, come and join us then. Otherwise, that's it from us for today, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.